Hi kids. Recently we had celebrated a day which comes on first Sunday of August. Do you know which day it is? Yes, it's the International Friendship Day. What you people did on this friendship day? Did you call your friends? Now I know we are all at home in these lockdown days, unable to go to school, unable to meet our friends. So, how could we celebrate our friendship day, right? I know you really miss your friends at this particular time. You miss the time of playing together, sharing together, chit chats together, right? Especially if you have any sorrow to share, you really miss your best friend, right? We also miss the Friendship Day celebrations, lighting friendship bands, exchanging Friendship Day cards, etc. See the picture. How happy we are when we are together with our friends, right? So today I want you to make a cover for Friendship Day card for your best friend, as we are going to do a lesson based on the theme friendship. What comes to your mind when I say the word friendship? Yes, it can be love, it can be care, it can be laughter, surprises, happiness, playing together, sharing, studying together, etc. So, whatever comes to your mind when you see the word friendship, that you can note it down in your textbook first page. There are many clouds. You can write the words which comes to your mind when you see this word friendship, or when you hear this word friendship. Okay, so here we are going to learn its beautiful story of a mountain who feels lonely without friends. Later, he understands a wonderful secret. So, let's watch the video on the lesson. The Tale of a Mountain. It is written by Alexandra Lopatina and Maria Skriptsova. So, let's watch the video of this lesson. You might be thinking, how can a mountain make friendship with others? It's a story of mountain's friendship. Let's watch the video and enjoy.
The Tale of a Mountain. Once upon a time there lived a mountain which was so high that it might have been the tallest mountain in the whole world. It stood alone in the blue sky. The plain was far below it, so it had very few friends. Only the big fluffy clouds reached all the way to its peak. But what fun it was to poke its pointed beak into their fluffy middle. It tickled them. The clouds would burst into laughter, and sometimes they would laugh so hard that they would cry. Then it would rain on the earth below. One hot summer, the sun shone down so hard and long that for several days there wasn't a single little cloud in the sky. The mountain felt very sad. Finally, when it could not bear being lonely any longer, it asked the great white sky.
Why won't you let the little ones run and play? Where have they gone?
The sky replied,
All my children have gone to the kingdom of winter, which is very far from here. They won't come back until the end of summer.
I miss them so much.
The mountain said with a sigh.
Maybe I should go to the winter kingdom too and visit my friends.
You are a mountain. Mountains are heavy and can't fly like clouds. Mountains always stay in the same place.
The sky stated firmly. The mountain became even sadder.
Everyone else moves around and finds exciting new things, and I have to sit still. Nobody and nothing needs me.
It wailed. Tears began to flow like rivers down the mountain's face. For the first time in its life, the mountain cried. Even as it cried, the dried and cracked plain below drank the flowing water thirstily. And before the end of the day, the cracks in the soil had healed. The plain became fresh and green. The plain called out to the mountain,
O kind mountain, thank you for saving me from a terrible fate. Your water is so pure that it has healed all my wounds. Look at how much it has changed me.
The mountain was so surprised that it stopped crying. Until then, nobody had even spoken to it from down below. After all, the mountain was so very high and the plain was so far below. In fact, the mountain had forgotten that the plain was there. The mountain looked down and was surprised as it saw the lovely plain. It was like a fresh green carpet. The mountain was filled with delight. And the wise old sky whispered,
Now you see, mountain, you can find friends anywhere. You just have to notice them.
The Tale of a Mountain.
Okay, children, I hope you watched the video of the lesson, The Tale of a Mountain. Now, let's open our textbook and I'm going to read and explain the text. Be ready with your textbook. Next. Now, a lonely mountain feels sorry for itself until it accidentally learns a wonderful secret. So, we are going to start the new lesson. So, in the beginning, you can see this 2 lines. What does it show? It's a tale of a mountain. Tale means story. The tale spelling is T-A-L-E. It is not T-A-I-L. Okay. Tale means T-A-L-E. Tale means story. It's a story of a mountain. It is a tale of a mountain. The mountain was alone. It has no friends to talk, no friends to play with. So it feels so lonely and it feels so sorry for itself. It feels so bad for itself. Oh, why I don't have friends? Why I can't play with others? It was feeling very sad until one day it came to know about an amazing secret accidentally. Okay, accidentally means by chance. What is that wonderful secret? Let's read and find out. Once upon a time, there lived a mountain which was so high that it might have been the tallest mountain in the whole world. It stood alone in the blue sky. The plain was far below it, so it had very few friends. Only the big fluffy clouds reached all the way to its peak. But what fun it was to poke its pointed beak into their fluffy middle! It tickled them. The clouds would burst into laughter, and sometimes they would laugh so hard that they would cry. Then it would rain on the earth below. Now let's see the explanation of the first paragraph. So once upon a time there lived a mountain which was so high that it might have been the tallest mountain in the whole world. Do you know what is the name of the tallest mountain? Yes. Which is the tallest mountain in the world? It is Mount Everest. So if we look at its top, right, we feel that the top touches the sky, right? The top touches the sky. It is the only thing that reaches the sky. We feel that sky and that mountain touches, but it actually does not. But when we look at that, we feel like that. right? Have you ever climbed a mountain or gone for a trekking? So as we go higher and higher, the ground, right? The ground part becomes deeper and deeper. We feel that becomes deeper and deeper as we go higher and higher. So here it stood alone in the blue sky. Alone means what? Nobody. That together. No one together. Right? Alone. He was only alone, standing in the blue sky. That means there was nothing, because the mountain is the tallest one. So there is nothing else surrounded by him. The plain was far below it. The plain means the ground. You say that ground, the flat surface area, right? If it is, the mountain is like this, the flat, the underground, the ground, right, where the flat surface area, that is known as plain, was far below it. So it had very few friends. So it cannot see what all things are going on in the down, because it is very deep. Only the big fluffy clouds reached all the way to its peak. Fluffy clouds means what we saw, which is very soft, which is airy, and also like our pillows. Our pillow is an example of fluffy, right? It's a fluffy thing. So only these big fluffy clouds reached all the way to its peak. Peak means the topmost part of the mountain. So the topmost part, the sharp and edged part, right? There only he could see the fluffy clouds moving around it. But what fun it was to poke its pointed peak into their fluffy middle! It tickled them. The clouds would burst into laughter, and sometimes they would laugh so hard that they would cry. Then it would rain on the earth below. So, have you tickled your friends? Have your mother tickled you? Right? It might be, yes, you might have experienced, right? Your mother might have tickled you when you're small, right? Now also, when you play with your mother might have tickled you. Yes, when they come like this itself, you will start laughing, right? So you will, the person who tickles you, other person will tell, please stop it, until we will laugh louder and louder until that tears mean that from our eyes, not the real crying, right? The tears, the water will come our mind after laughing so hard, after laughing so loudly, right? We can't resist when the other person tickles us. So when the fluffy cloud reaches on the top of the hill, the sharp edged peak of the mountain, right? It touches the middle of the fluffy cloud, right? It pokes means like this, right? Like this. So when it does like that, the clouds started laughing, and they, out of the laughter, the water will come out of their eyes. So the water which comes when they cry, the cry means when the water comes, right, from the eyes. What happens on the earth? We get rain, right? When the clouds cry, we will get rain on the earth. So next we can see next paragraph. One hot summer, the sun shone down so hard and long that for several days there wasn't a single little cloud in the sky. The mountain felt very sad. Finally, when it could not bear being lonely any longer, it asked the great white sky, "Why don't you let the little ones run and play? Where have they gone?" The sky replied, "All my children have gone to the kingdom of winter, which is very far from here. they won't come back until the end of the summer. After hearing this, right? After hearing this, the mountain felt very bad. I miss them so much, the mountain said with a sigh, right? Here you can see on one hot summer, the sun shone down so hard and low that for several days there wasn't a single little cloud in the sky. See, but at this time of summer season, do you like to stand under the hot sun for a long period of time? For a long time? No, right? We won't like to stand under the sun for a long time. Similarly, the clouds also doesn't like if the sun is shone brightly, and it's especially in the summer season. The clouds also won't like to stand under the hot sun. They will try to go from the. So here the clouds during the summer, yes, especially during the summer, the day duration of the day is too long, right? So the clouds, they went from that place. They went to the kingdom of winter. One hot summer, the sun shone down so hard and long that for several days there wasn't a single little cloud in the sky. So there wasn't a single cloud in the sky, right? The mountain felt very sad. Finally, it could not bear. Could not bear means could not tolerate anymore. Okay, bear being lonely any longer. So it asked the sky. Sky is very wider. So it asked the sky, where are they? Where are the clouds? Where are my friends? I really miss my friends. Where are they? Why won't you let your little ones run and play? See, in your house, if you have grandparents at your house, they really like your fun and play at home, right? So in the same way, for the mountain, the clouds are the little ones, right? Who are the children of the sky? It is the cloud. The clouds are the children of the sky, and he really like the little ones running, moving here and there and playing and making them tickling and all. So he really likes to play with them. So now he really miss, because not even a single cloud in the sky. Like the same way, when now what we are is now we don't have any friends now, right? Any friends means in the school we can't meet them, we can't see them, right? We can't talk to them. We can make a phone call and other things are there, right? So but we cannot share how we used to share during the school days because of this COVID-19 times. We are finding it's very difficult, right? Same way the mountain also feels that loneliness. It cannot see anybody, it cannot see any friends, it cannot share anything, right? So the same feeling, the mountain is also have the same feeling. And the mountain is asking the sky, why don't you let your little ones to run and play? Where are they gone? So the sky replied, what was the answer of the sky? All my children have gone to the kingdom of winter, which is very far from here. Kingdom of winter means they went to the place where the winter exists. They went to the place where or the area where the winter exists, which is very far from here. They won't come back until the end of summer. So they won't come back until the summer gets over. They won't be coming back. So they will come only the summer season finish or ends. So after hearing this reply, the mountain became very sad. I miss them so much, the mountain said with a sigh. Sigh means a deep breath, right? A deep sad breath. I really miss them. Maybe I should go to the winter kingdom too and visit my friends. So here the mountain became childish, right? When you are parents, when your parents go out and they were not taking you to take you to out, you will be asking them, right? Please take us to go. Please take us along with you. Please take us along with you. So in the same way, the mountain also became childish, and he wants to go where his friends are going, the kingdom of winter, where the winter is there. So what is the reply of the mountain, of the sky? You are a mountain. Mountains are heavy and can't fly like clouds. Mountains always stay in the same place, the sky stated firmly. So the sky said that you are a mountain. Mountains are heavy and can't fly like clouds. See, you are a mountain, you are very big, right? You are very heavy. You are not a light thing which you can fly like clouds, right? You are very heavy. You are not like them. So you are made up of, how the mountains are made up of? Made up of the rocks and soil, right? So the mountains are always staying in the same place. They won't go anywhere. They will stand like a statue and they won't go anywhere. The sky stated firmly. The mountain became even sadder, became more sad. Okay, even everyone else moves around and find exciting new things, and I have to sit still. Nobody, nothing needs me. It wailed. See, the mountain became even sadder, and it started crying by thinking that nobody and nothing needs me. See, everyone can move around and find exciting. So when we move around, we can see exciting new things, right? But when you stand in the same place, always stand in the same place, then you could not watch anybody, right? You don't have anybody to talk or share. So how it will be? It will be quite boring, right? So think about the condition of that mountain, right? Same situation that he is facing. So dear children, many of you have that feeling, right? Mummy, papa don't want me, nobody love me, nobody care for me, right? I'm a useless fellow, good for nothing, right? Nobody wants me, nobody cares me, like this feeling, right? At some point of in your life, you might have thought at some point of time, right? So in the same way, the mountain also felt like that. Nobody wants me and nothing needs me. Nobody wants me, no need. So and it started wailing. Wailed means cried. Started crying. Now let's look at the next page. Now see what happened. Now we are going to enter into section 2. Tears began to flow like rivers down the mountain's face. For the first time in its life, the mountain cried. Even as it cried, the dried and cracked plain below drank the flowing water thirstily. And before the end of the day, the cracks in the soil had healed. The plain became fresh and green. So now, what happened when the son replied? The mountain became very sad, and it started crying. So what happened when he started crying? The tears, right? The tears of the mountain, that is the water, right? It began to flow like rivers, down the mountain's face. For the first time in its life, the mountain cried. That was the very first time the mountain cried. And you know, when the mountain cried, when you see the picture of, even if you look at this picture, you can see how the mountain was crying. It actually the rivers, right? These are the tears of the mountains are the rivers. How the rivers were flowing down. So its tears started flowing like the river. Even as it cried, the dried and cracked plain below drank the flowing water thirstily. So even if as it cried, right, the dried, what happened in the at that time during the summer season, right? During the summer season, you might be knowing that the land will be very the land will be very dried up, right? Dried land will be there. There won't be why? Because there is a dried land, because there is no water, right? There is no water. There won't be any plants because of the scorched sun. There won't be enough plants, and the most of the small plants will be died out, and there won't be water, right? Because of that, the land or the the mountains plain area will be very dry. So when it started crying, right, the plain below drank. When the water came, the plain below that mountain drank the flowing water thirstily. See, even after your PT period, right, you will be feeling very thirsty. When you get the water, you will drink it very thirstily. The same way, the plain surface, right, it started drinking the water very thirstily. And before the end of the day, because the rivers, the tears are coming like the rivers, so the water was flowing to the plain, to the ground. And before the end of the day, the cracks in the soil had healed. There were a lot of cracks, right? On the land, there will be lots of cracks in the summer season. Under the hot, scorching sun, the land becomes cracked because there is no water, no plants, nothing is there. So there is no clouds actually, right? In the summer season, there won't be clouds. If there is cloud, there will be rain. So there was no clouds. If there is clouds, only rain will be there. If there is rain, there will be water. So these all things are not happening in summer season. So there were lots of cracks in the soil, right? You might have seen in the pictures and all that, the cracks in the soil. So when the water flows to the ground, all the cracks in the soil had healed, right? So all the cracks in the soil had healed. The plain became fresh and green. You can see how the plain became when it got the water. The plants started blooming. You can see the flowers started blooming. Plants grew up, right? You can see the greeneries all around. So the plain became very happy. The plain called out to the mountain, right? The plain is a down surface area, and it called to the topmost part of the mountain. Mountain is standing at the very top position, no? So it was calling, like how we are calling to the from the third floor, from the ground floor to the third floor person, like that, right? Hi, oh kind mountain! Hi, oh kind mountain, like this. The plain called out to the mountain. Oh kind mountain, thank you for saving me from a terrible fate, right? Terrible fate is a destiny, a terrible destiny. What is a terrible destiny, right? Famine, drought, all these are terrible destiny. When there is no water, all these things will happen, right? You saved me from a terrible fate. Your water is so pure that it has healed all my wounds. Look at how much it has changed me. See, and it said, see, your water is so pure. The water from the mountain, right? The river, the water from the river is so pure that it has healed all my wounds. That means all the cracks in my body. That means the cracks in the land. Look at how much it has changed me. See, now I look green. I have lots of flowers in my body. See, the mountain was so surprised that it stopped crying. Until then, nobody had even spoke to it from down below. this is for the very first time he could hear the one person, one thing is speaking to him, right? The plane is first time he is talking to him, because he is so thankful to the mountain to get the water. So it started speaking to him. It's for the very first time. So he feels so happy that at least somebody had talked to me. After all, the mountain was so very high and the plane so far below. So he feels very joyful after hearing that, because of him, because of his tears, right? These whole things had happened. So he felt so happy. In fact, the mountain had forgotten that the plane was there. The mountain looked down. So he actually, in fact, means what? Actually, the mountain had forgotten that somebody is there on the at his ground, right? And the ground level there is plane. So he actually forgot that. When he got the sound, when he heard the sound only, he could see, yes, there is a plane. The plane is there. So he was so happy that he could help plane. The mountain looked down and was surprised as it saw the lovely plane. It was like a fresh green carpet. It looks so nice because it looks very fresh and green carpet. When we get water, when we are thirsty, yes, out of tiredness, when we get at that time, when we get water, so when we drink water, we feel very energetic, we feel very lively, right? We feel rejuvenated, right? Like a new we got some new life, right? We feel like we've got something new. So in the same way, this plane also feel very fresh and it looks like a green carpet. Very beautiful scenery. The mountain was filled with delight. The mountain was very happy that and the wise old sky, the sky who is very wise, he whispered, right? He whispered. What he whispered? Now you see mountain, right? Now you see mountain. You can find friends anywhere. You just have to notice them, right? Now you see mountain. You can see. You are not noticing now, right? You didn't even look at down when you are standing straight for a lot all time. You didn't look at down. See, you can find friends anywhere. You just have to notice them, right? You just have to look around. Then only you can find the lovely beings around you, right? Similarly, dear children, in our life, when we feel lonely and we cry for something and we feel desolated and we feel very lonely at that time, right? We won't see that nobody is with me, no one cares for me, but there are many people who cares for you, that we are not noticing them, right? We don't know how much they care for us, right? We are not noticing them. There are many things who needs our help. No one is created good for nothing. We are all created. The God has created for a purpose. Even if a small stone have its own purpose, right? The God had created everything by keeping a purpose. So we should know what is that purpose, what is the purpose of our life, and we have to live accordingly. Okay. So this is the today we have learned the beautiful lesson of the tale of a mountain. I hope you understood the story. Thank you.